theme. Let me fix that real quick. So just take 1 second. It is still live, but no one can see us. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Is it the end of the world? Yes.
Oh, that's not
it
playing.
is the end of the world. And it's also the beginning of a brand new, solid, juggalo world for us all to enjoy. What's up?
What up?
Whoop whoop.
Whoa, whoa! What's going on?
Not much, man.
Doing
ready,
it again.
Ready to get on the wheel.
The fucking terror wheel.
Yeah.
Oh, my name's Keezy. If you want to call me that, feel free.
I am Carver Law, y'all.
What the fuck's up?
Man, I'm fucking excited about this one.
Yeah?
True sideshow, this one right here.
Yeah, we were just talking about how, ICP, they, first of all, where did the name Sideshow come from? Did they publicly start calling them sideshows for some reason, or is that just Juggalo lore?
Yeah, I think that might be Juggalo lore. I don't know, though. I'm not sure.
Well, we always have referred to them kind of as sideshow EPs. The first one was Beverly Kills. This would be the second one, Terror Wheel. Beverly Kills doesn't really fit the carnival theme, and we've discussed it several times on this show that we believe that the carnival theme really didn't emerge quite until that time, really.
Yeah, they were still, I think, in the carnival kind of traveling ghetto type of feeling.
Yeah.
And as we've talked, the Ringmasters, when they've truly switched over to the actual carnival.
Yeah.
But even though it's Carnival of Carnage, it was more of a traveling ghetto. They were still more kind of hood rappers, rapping about the ghetto and shit like that. But yeah, I think Terror Wheel is the first true sideshow.
Yeah, because it's literally titled The Terror Wheel, which is which one interesting thing is that other than the intro track, they don't really talk about the Terror Wheel. Well, let me take it back. It's not really necessarily the intro track. I think Willoughby Rags is throughout this whole album.
Yeah, by the way, first appearance of Willoughby Rags, right?
Yeah, officially, I believe so. Here, let me go ahead and turn it on. So we're just going to dive right fucking in. So Carver's showing us the Terror Wheel track list and cover. Did you know that cover was also used on a Moby album?
Yeah, I did.
Let's pull that up.
From what I heard, or from what I remember reading, is Jay was going through vinyls or records or something at Mikey Clark's house.
Okay.
And he pulled out that Moby, and he's like, "This is what we're using."
It's so random.
He's like, "We legit just stole Moby's."
I couldn't find it in a quick Google search, but I think there's an article here or on Wikipedia. So for those who aren't watching, the cover and the inside disc. The picture is just this weird, screaming face that looks like he's being stretched as if he's on some sort of exciting ride.
Yeah, it. For me, this will always be somebody riding the Terror Wheel.
Yeah,
and screaming, and dying, and exactly what the intro book says about people getting their limbs being ripped and stretched, and your carcass is being flown from the seat.
So, one thing I've always thought was interesting was they did. I was kind of trying to get to it earlier, and I forgot. They didn't make a Terror Wheel song, which was interesting. It seems like it would have been a no-brainer to make the Terror Wheel song.
Yeah, that is interesting. I don't know why they didn't.
But that said, they didn't make a Tunnel of Love song.
Yeah, I guess just the album itself is the Terror Wheel, and then these are just stories being told within, I guess, the Terror Wheel. Obviously not much thought. Just hey, let's give a name to the album. It's a sideshow type thing for the carnival, which is a cool idea, but we don't have to make a fucking Terror Wheel song.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But it would have been cool if they did. Obviously, it's not
sure,
and I'm sure they could have easily did it. And imagine how it would have sounded during this era. It would have been amazing.
Yeah. So the very first song on the album is "The Dead Body Man." Let's see, how's the intro go on this? Okay, so there's Willoughby Rags,
which is a great intro.
You know what? That does sound like Jay. I think we talked about that. You were asking me if Willoughby Rags was Jay or Shags. Maybe they flip-flopped on it.
No, because this isn't Willoughby. Willoughby comes in.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
This is just the announcer.
Okay. It's been a long time since I've listened to this. Honestly.
Yeah, see, he just announced Willoughby Rags.
The wheel.
I love that.
They got that silly music in the background. They really did a great job of like setting the tone though. You really get a feeling that some guys like on a stage, like talking to a small crowd, you know?
Yep. Some dank, dark, fucking little dingy carnival.
All right, so Willoughby comes on and immediately introduces the Dead Body Man. I mean, for this to be the first song on this fucking album, like it sets the tone immediately.
Oh man, I mean, obviously the popularity of Dead Body Man is you can't really top it.
Yeah,
and the fact that it's on this album first, I'm wondering what people thought back then about this.
Yeah, this. Oh, let me turn this down before we get copyright. Yeah, this song is known amongst juggalos as like one of like ICP's like biggest hits. Like this is definitely a Mutilation mix.
I think from what I remember reading that this actually got played on the radio in Detroit.
Okay,
yeah, this was actually got rotation and it was huge in Detroit. People requested it and everything.
That would explain the popularity of it because it is kind of inexplicable to me. Because I'll be honest, like I love this song. Don't get me wrong, but it's by no means like I wouldn't have picked this to be like one for the single. You know what I mean? Like as far as like the songs we've listened to so far in this.
That's probably why it made it on Riddlebox because it got so popular in the Detroit area. They were like, well, this is just
he said Juggalo Face. I think that might have been the first mention.
Yeah. I was going to say that Terror Wheel, I think, truly is the first Juggalo. Like as a person rather than just doing something.
Yeah. He said born with a hatchet and a juggalo face. Let's see. Hold on, let me go back to that part. Was before that or I think it's after this. This song is so fucking tight.
Yeah.
There it goes.
I mean, Born with a Hatchet and a Juggalo Face. This is a pretty early album. And Hatchet, and he says Hatchet and Juggalo Face, which are like two main ingredients for ICP.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Like that never left them. Hatchet and Juggalo Face, like that. It's just crazy.
Yeah, like, were they rocking like Psychopathic around by this time? Do you know?
Oh yeah.
Like where was it? Oh yeah, because Carnival was even Psychopathic Records.
Yeah, I believe it were. It was the old dingy Hatchet Man.
Yeah,
but
he went through several iterations over the years. But yeah, man, like this song is. Like I said, it's a timeless Juggalo classic. It's
probably one of the biggest bangers ICP's ever had. I mean, that bass is just fucking thumps, man.
Oh, and it's like listen, there's like fucking wolves in the background. There's laughs and shit. Like, oh my god, like it's the tiny
and then like the reverse scratching thing. Or like the rewind sound.
Oh yeah, I love that too. My favorite part about this song is that.
Yeah.
You know, you got dead deer heads up on your shelf.
The lyrics to this too, man, just like the simplistic lyrics, but they say just so much.
That blew my mind when I was a young man.
On your keychain is a little baby rabbit's hand.
I never forgot
just a dead
that.
Body Man. Like. Who would have thought that? When you think of a rabbit, you don't call you think of a rabbit's foot. You don't say keychain rabbit hand. You know.
And I used to get like rabbit's feet out of fucking machines and shit. And like you just never thought of it. And like literally
it's just wordplay.
Yeah, listening to this song, like I really started thinking differently about it.
Yeah, it's just a good fucking. It's just good wordplay, and it's like commentary on like, yeah, you have a dead fucking rabbit paw on your keychain. You know, we kill like
this song's essentially just normalizing murdering, and that's that's what ICP's fucking great at.
Yeah. Again, Jeffrey Dahmer was like, still is. I mean, one of the most notorious fucking twisted serial killers there has ever been.
Yeah.
and it probably and
he was inspired by this song.
It was in the
could
early
imagine?
'90s.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer was in the. He was, he blew up in the news in the early '90s.
Okay. So you think he was inspired by the Dead Body Man?
I think so. I think ICP was. I think Jay was just inspired by Jeffrey Dahmer. Not like.
Oh, Jay was inspired by Jeffrey Dahmer.
Just period. Not like he looked up to him or
yeah.
anything, but like, man, that's some twisted shit. I gotta write about it. That gives me ideas to write.
I mean, that's a great point. But thank goodness they did. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I almost like see the Dead Body Man as like Jeffrey Dahmer as like someone like the Dead Body Man. Like he's
Okay.
obsessed with dead
Yeah,
bodies.
yeah. That's like it's just a creepy, like almost comical version of that.
Yeah, exactly.
And they've that's that's another trope that's continued. You can make another playlist out of. The next song is Schizophrenic. This song's fucking great. I love it.
This song has a classic boom bap like New East Coast kind of sound to it. But the snare, Mikey Clark was big on that, where he didn't use. His snares were claps.
Yeah.
Like almost sounded like wood clapping together, like real heavy. I don't know. He just had a great knack for making the beat sound heavy.
Okay.
Again, not metal heavy.
Yeah, I got you.
But just the weight of the snares and the drums were really heavy.
You saying this song is a good example of
Yes.
that? Let's see. Yeah.
I mean, doesn't it sound like it's a load?
Yeah.
Like you're carrying like you feel like you're carrying
Okay.
a load.
This song also has listen to all the sounds and little tunes in the background
Yeah.
shit. I mean, it's underappreciated. Like ICP, laugh and make fun of him, talk shit all you want, but I mean, Mikey Clark is an undeniable producer.
Fucking amazing. Especially this.
He's a wizard
early.
of his fucking craft. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
In this early, man, he was just fucking killing it. And I'm sure he learned as he went. He probably
Yeah.
wasn't making carnival sounds but he realized ICP was making noise, and he was like, I'm really going to sit down and start doing it. And you could tell his progression, man.
Yeah, it's amazing. For those that don't know, though, this song is literally they just keep rapping about being schizophrenic and they're scared of the fucking mailman.
One of the funnier ones, man.
Yeah, it's great. It's a fun exercise, I'm sure when you're writing a song like this, just to okay, this song's called Schizophrenic. Write shit you're schizophrenic about. Go, and
Yeah.
you just go back and forth, write a funny bars,
Catchy, man.
Yeah, I love this shit.
They really achieved comedy on this one.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
think they quite did it up until this song.
Okay. Yeah,
there was a couple funny ones on Ringmaster.
Bugs on my nugs.
I mean,
man.
obviously,
come on.
Bugs on My Nugs was amazing, but this was I don't know. This was almost like a movie production. This one, like the Schizophrenic. Like I said,
They paint the picture.
Yeah, yeah.
Is what you're saying. Yeah, I agree. This song is very vivid, and it's so silly. It's such a silly topic that it's perfect for ICP to execute at an extremely high level.
Yeah, the songs around this era that they were making that had that kind of I'd rather just chill.
Yeah.
Bitch, get real. Jay was he was coming into another he was experimenting with voices at this time. It was cool. I loved it.
All right, The Smog. This song was one that I kind of always glossed over, and I didn't really give it the time of day until the shockumentary came out, and it's that part. It's factories, toxic, wasting chemicals. They
Yeah.
have strange effects on the
animals.
they play that just randomly
Yeah.
at some point during the shockumentary. I think when they're showing parts of Detroit and shit.
Yeah,
and
I think it's when they're interviewing the pool dude where he said yeah, they used to just get right in the grime and dirt. Yeah, I think it's that dude.
Yeah, so I remember hearing that part, and I was like, "What song is that from?" And I remember going back and finding it, and because I couldn't just Google the lyrics back then. What? Are you poking his eyes? But yeah, I found, and they listen to this song. This is one of those songs that, we've talked about before, that became my song for a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This song was one for a while.
Me too, man. I remember liking it really from the day one I heard it.
Yeah?
And it was one of those songs that spoke to me pretty deeply too, because of I guess the commentary on pollution
Yeah.
and living in areas that are heavily polluted and it fucking your brain up and turning you into like a criminally minded person that doesn't give a fuck about life and kind of that shit. Like that's what it kind of paints. It's like, we grow up in this shitty environment, so why do we care? Why should we care about anything? And that's kind of what it spoke to me. And actually, I remember having like moments with this song, like, God, man, life, the kind of like, man, life is fucked up type of feel to it.
And they kind of they're obviously like, that's the underlying commentary of this song, but they're dressing it up with this metaphor of like the smog being some sort of entity that's like engulfing the neighborhood and making people crazy. But I think that is some of the lyrics especially are definitely pointing in that direction for sure, and it's you can tell it's very well done.
And if you remember at the end of this song, which I guess could be like an extension skit, the beat plays out and it goes to a little breakdown for a minute, and it's just the beat, but you hear Jay in the background talking.
Okay.
And he's talking about the air we breathe is fucked up. Like he's saying shit like that in the background really low, and then he's talking about like this one little punk, and he's talking about like criminals and like you'll hear it when it comes up. I don't know if you remember it, but
I don't remember that at all. I'll skim through it.
Jay is really seriously pissed off. Like you can hear it in his voice. Like,
all right.
It's almost like he didn't write this. He's just ranting.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely want to listen to that. Hold on, let's skim through this. Dope. This song.
But again, I love that song. Horror movie as shit. Yeah, this is it. Thoughts in My Head.
Oh yeah. So hold on.
Thoughts in my
so the
head.
song "The Smog." Let's see. This track is 7 minutes and 45 seconds.
Yeah, because this is part of Smog.
Yeah. So like 3.5 minutes into the song, "The Smog," he starts doing this "Thoughts in My Head" shit.
Yeah, and it's the same beat, slightly changed, but it's the same tempo and same bass line of the beat. It just keeps going.
And this is reminiscent of what they did on Beverly Hills with a couple of those songs.
Yes.
It's like, just random weird songs at the beginning or in the middle of other songs.
And I used to put this on in freestyle too. I love this beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
you hear him talking?
Yeah. Let's hear him. I've never really paid attention.
Yeah, he talks about somebody like laying in this house dying of cancer because of the air he breathes and shit. Like, or a disease.
I wonder how much of a real problem that is or was back then.
I mean, Detroit's heavily polluted, man. It's a
industrial.
It's an industrial city, man.
Yeah. Let's skim through this. So why the fuck else is this song 7.5 minutes long?
But yeah, just go back and listen to that rant. He says some stuff that spoke to me when I was younger.
Damn, this part is long. I think I just zone out anytime I never like actively skip this shit, but I've never paid attention to it.
Yeah, I used to love it. I used to freestyle. I used to write to this.
Yeah.
I would just put it on and write rhymes.
Literally, this part of the song. This song's called "The Smog." This part of the song is longer than the Smog song part of it, but I kind of see it as two different parts. But like I know that the beat is the same, but I see it as kind of like two different songs.
Yeah. I think it really just tried to be atmospheric. Like smog is still creeping. It's still the smog creeping around, and it always gave me that feeling.
Okay.
Like, say if it was a movie, this would be the scene where like the smog is creeping and like you're seeing it from the perspective of the smog entity, just like looking at random, like going through like a street into a tunnel up an apartment building into a window,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See, that's the kind of shit I'm talking about, man. Like, I never like really think about it like that deep. I mean, I think about it deep. I think in a different direction, but. Like, I enjoy your take on the shit because it really does kind of make me look at it differently.
Again, man, ICP always had the quality of movies to me. Like
Yeah.
I would always think of scenes.
Yeah.
And just I don't know. It just
That's
especially Smog. That could be a movie.
You know, that's why I was always I am salty to this day that they never did like that Showtime series they were talking about. Do you remember that them talking about that? They debuted it like at one of the gatherings in Nelson Ledges.
Showtime.
They it never came to fruition, but at one of the gatherings, I think in Nelson Ledges, I remember like they debuted like a trailer. It was like before or after one of their shows or something. I can't remember, man, but nevertheless, they showed a trailer for it was called like Tales from the Dark Carnival, and it was
Didn't they make that? Didn't they make a few of those?
not that I know
episodes?
of. Not that I know of.
I know they made something. There's something that was made. It's ICP. It's songs. They take songs
yeah,
and
that's
like
what this
make.
concept was.
Yeah, they made a couple of those.
Oh,
I don't.
I've never seen them.
I don't know if they're on Showtime, but they made a couple. They're fucking horrible.
Really?
Absolute
oh, man.
garbage.
That's a shame.
Yeah, look them up. There's actually like half-hour little things of that shit.
Dude,
Just
I mean,
god awful.
if they would have had like a Mikey Clark of video,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like for some of these, they really could have like made some really tight like short films. I mean, Bowling Balls was a great attempt,
Yeah.
but it just I don't think that was the right song.
No.
That's all.
That was the thing with ICP. They had mad hookups with a lot of things except video people.
Yeah.
Video people hated working with them. He mentions it in the book.
Really?
When they made their videos, all the people on the set hated them.
Wow.
When they made Big Money Hustlers, the entire set hated them. They
yeah.
went on strike twice and wanted more money.
Wow.
Yeah, and they had to come out of pocket just to finish that movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's a shame, man, because I think that if in the right hands, somebody could make some amazing shit with that.
Nowadays, you definitely could, but
Yeah.
back then, when it was harder to make like video,
Yeah.
it was probably they just couldn't find anybody to do it.
Well, back to Terror Wheel. This song here is called "Out." This is another one of those songs that got like stuck as my song for a while. This song is just him telling a story from start to finish about like
I love
going out to the store to get like milk and bread for his brother.
Yeah, and honestly, I remember Terror Wheel was one of the later albums I heard.
Yeah.
It was one of the last ones I got. But I think the first time I heard it was my buddy Dan. He brought it over and shit, and I remember when this song came on, just being like just it just blew my mind, man. The storytelling was crazy. It was funny. I don't know. It had a 70s. It had almost like a 70s jive kind of feel to it.
Okay.
Some of the music. I think a lot of it is like disco era 70s kind of sampling.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? This is the song that Factory Toxic Waste and Chemicals.
Yeah, you're right. You are right.
But that said, that doesn't take away from anything I said about the Smog. But the Smog is the shit. But this song, I think, is like, to me, like the standout, like surprise, like song that I love off of this album.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't my favorite at first. I Sucker With My Wang was without a doubt like my favorite song at first. You know, being a young teenager.
It was
like,
for me before the beat for a while.
Yeah.
But yes. Small. I think Out is just now because it really is just a great story.
Yeah. So yeah, I implore anyone to listen to this song from start to finish. And it's just a funny, goofy story. It's in the vein of Halloween on Military Street.
Yeah.
Or what's the Just Like That from Malenko. Very similar.
Yeah.
You know, ICP. You know, they've always done these random little songs. And that song's 4.5 fucking minutes of him telling a straight story, no hook.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, here's what happened next, and he brings it back around.
Yeah,
You know?
straight story of every single line paints a vivid picture, a funny voice effect the entire time. Like he sounds like a kid. Like he sounds like, you know, he's a younger kid. And it really portrays his vision of what he sees Detroit as too.
Yeah.
Which is like, you know, the first time I went to Detroit, like it was songs like these that were in my mind.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know, like this is what I'm going to expect when I
Yeah.
get there. You know, and it really didn't disappoint.
Yeah,
I remember going through Detroit and driving down some of the streets and through the
West
city
Burner Ave.
and just being like, yeah, I mean, I can see why these were, you know, this is what you know, the songs he would create.
Yeah, man, this song's so good. I think this is a slept-on song though. Like most people wouldn't like think twice about this song.
Yeah, because it's a slower song.
Yeah.
It's not meant to like hype up and jam out to. It's just meant to listen to and you know, appreciate the story.
Spoiler alert, at the end it's funny because he says I'm just a head rolling with a loaf of bread in my mouth. So he goes to the store to get milk and bread and comes back literally just a head because like all kinds of fucked up shit happens to him. It's
crackheads and zombies and rats and getting shot at and
all right, so the next song is the aforementioned I Stuck Her With My Wang.
This is another one of those almost R&B-ish love songs.
Yeah, this definitely fits in that that criteria. Little something something stuff like that. This song they do a little like they actually rap, which you know, so I liked it right off the bat. Other than like love song.
This is another one with the snare is that really expansive clap.
Yeah. It's like it sounds like you're like slapping like chalkboard erasers together.
Yeah. like Mikey Clark did that with a lot of songs. It really created this this distinctive sound for a lot of their music.
Yeah, that's a great point. I've never really paid much attention to that, honestly.
The snare is a huge part of boom bap hip hop, man. Like the snare is important, very important.
As a young 15-year-old listening to this is a song I was like nervous to listen to around my dad. But I think he ended up liking this song.
Yeah. Did your dad like ICP?
Fuck yeah. Yeah. Like my dad took me to the House of Horror show. He drove us to Cleveland for the
Did he actually see the shows?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. He stuck around. He was right there with me. He still like randomly like listens to ICP. Like I'll see him like pop up my Plex and shit. Like listen.
Really? That's awesome.
Just
man.
random. Like I don't think my dad would go as far as say my dad was ever a juggalo, but he was super duper supportive of me being a juggalo. And like
that's awesome.
I think because he probably saw a little of himself. Like as he was
so reminds me of the shockumentary with Vinny and his dad. Man.
Yeah.
I always like it was just crazy being like when I met you and. I was just like, man, this is damn near like Vinny and his dad. Like, what the fuck? This is awesome.
I was always jealous of Vinny, man. Like,
it was crazy, but you damn near were. I mean, like, yeah, man.
Yeah, 14 years old. My dad took me to the ICP. He like, I mean, I think he's the one that probably like, told me like ICP's coming to town. You know, like I don't know that I knew that, but yeah, he took me and fucking was there. Like we stood in the balcony. That was like one of my first shows ever.
Where at Newport?
Yeah, at the Newport. We stood in the balcony, like right up front, and like. I mean, obviously that moment solidified me being a juggalo for life, but but nevertheless, like I mean, he's always been like super cool about it, man. Like I remember my mom, like I didn't live with her, I lived with my dad, and her being like, I don't care if he listens to that shit, but I just don't want him like wearing all the shirts and shit. Like, little did she know, like a year later, I have like 100 ICP shirts,
and still wearing them every now and then as a full grown adult.
Yeah. So, oh well. But yeah, this song, this was the standout song to me back then. It's still a great song. I love it. It's so fucking silly and like. Some of the shit they say is like ridiculous.
Yeah,
but the beat is tight as fuck.
Yeah, it really is.
It's not the catchiest song, but they just keep saying I stuck her with my wang. But this is another song you can show to your friends, though.
Yeah, the beat almost reminds me of a Cypress Hill West Coast kind of thing.
I always liked how he like talks.
Like put on Black Sunday by Cypress Hill, and you'll get remnants of this.
Okay. All right.
The album Black Sunday. I don't know if you ever listened to that.
I've never listened to that.
It's a great fucking album, man. It's classic Cypress Hill. Like you'll love it. Guarantee if you put it on nowadays, you'd love it.
I'll check it out.
Anyway, we're not talking about Cypress Hill. Fuck them.
Fuck you, Cypress Hill.
Fuck Be Real.
No,
man.
just kidding. We know you're watching Be Real. Thanks for tuning in. Last song.
Don't hurt me, Be Real. But yeah, Amy's in the Attic, man. A lot of juggalos talk about this song to this day.
As what? Being like their favorite?
Being like a classic, comparing other songs. When a lot of times when people compare new ICP to old ICP, they bring this song up.
I didn't know that this was like highly regarded song in the Juggalo world, honestly.
From what I've seen and heard, it is. It absolutely is a very highly regarded song.
I've always liked it, but like I've memorized most every other word of this entire album. This song, I don't know like hardly any of the lyrics. Like this is just another one that would play, and it just kind of wouldn't sink into me. I never got like it. Never gripped me.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. It's highly regarded, but the stories are great. I mean, it's yet another great storytelling song. But just like you said, I don't know. Like we agree on too many things about these songs. But yeah, same with me. It never really stuck in.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was because the beat or it just had like maybe too negative or dark of a feeling that I just like I said when it came to ICP. In the early days when I was young, for me it was about the funny, and it was about it was mainly about the funny. I like the funny storytelling and just like lightweight kind of wicked shit, and then stuff like this was just a little too dark for my taste.
It kind of like I'm with you 100%. Like that kind of shit that you just spoke of is what drew me to ICP.
Yeah.
This, the darker stuff I ended up really loving. Don't get me wrong, but this is just kind of one that always just it snuck by me. I mean, if I gave it another listen, or a real close listen today, like I might change my mind. But I'm legitimately like couldn't tell you what like the story of this song is. Like he's talking about Amy in an attic, and that's as far as I know.
From what I remember, he's playing with her on recess. She dies, or he pushes her off, or something. I can't remember either.
I wonder if
he takes her up to the attic because he wants to get rid of her. He wants to hide her because he doesn't want to get in trouble or something because he killed her. And then she just haunts him. She's up in the attic and just haunts him and drives him crazy. And then he finally goes up to the attic. In the end,
this song is like it has the makings, like it has the recipe for an amazing ICP song. But like, why? What is it about it that's just not?
I don't know, man. I agree. It didn't. It never got that to level with me either. But apparently, it did with a lot of people.
Yeah, it's got like the scratching, like. It's got the like cool like voice talking, like don't you come up here?
Yeah, I think it might be the sample in the background that's like a little overbearing to me, like the crash or the cymbal that like they elongate like
oh yeah,
not that, but like rewind it some, like the synth going on in that background. Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of that. Yeah, that like sample, that really like atmospheric synth that they put in the background kind of doesn't sit well with me. It gives me an uneasy feeling.
I mean, maybe it's doing that subconsciously to me, but I don't really like. I can't quite pick it out. I don't think this song really has any like lyrics that like pop out, and that was always with me. It was always more about lyrics.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, again. Great storytelling, but they go by pretty quick and none of them pop out. You're right.
And I love these types of songs by ICP too. Prom Queen and Under the Moon and shit are some of my favorite songs.
But Prom Queen was just it stood out. Yeah. Every line stood out.
Yeah. God, like just thinking of that song gives me the chills.
And it was calm. That song was like low key wicked. It was like really. Yeah. This is like a little too in your face kind of way. I don't know. It's hard to explain, man, because so many people fucking love this song, but it was never one of my favorites.
I'm gonna listen to it a few more times and see what I can pick out of it. But
it's not because I don't like the super dark shit, because I fucking love Killing Fields.
Oh yeah, you like that song more than I do.
Yeah, like Killing Fields is one of my favorite dark like ICP songs. Like Mental Warp, man. I love those types of songs. Yeah. But this one just, I don't know, man. It never did it for me.
Yeah, this fits in those kind of categories too.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's interesting that we both agree on that, even though you said that other Juggalos love it.
I honestly think Smog could have ended this album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm curious as to why they ended it with this.
Like, to me, take off Amy's in the Attic, put Smog at the end, make it a 5-track EP. That would have been perfect. For me.
Make Thoughts in My Head its own track.
Yeah, yeah. That could have been the like in track, kind of like Ringmaster's Word type
Oh
thing.
yeah. All right, let's see. This song's 9 minutes long. What the fuck else is on this song?
Oh, they got that call 3.
Oh
313.
yeah, I like that shit.
Dun, 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 dun. Then you will know it's a juggalo and the number
I used to
is-
love when they did this shit.
Yeah, this
man.
shit is awesome.
Which let's talk for anyone who doesn't know. Back in the day when ICP made these sideshow EPs and shit, they would tease the next Joker. You wouldn't know what it was.
yeah,
I mean, obviously we weren't around for this particular one, but they did it with Malenko, and it teased the next one.
Yeah.
So on Terror Wheel, they have this track at the very end of the album where they give you like a
and I love this beat.
yeah
Another
this is tight.
another one of those
yeah.
clappy snares, but listen to the. I don't know what that is. That sounds almost like a maraca that's like slowed down, lowered, and like echoed.
Yeah, maybe like a tambourine.
Yeah. The tambourine.
shaking it?
Yeah. But it's really
Yeah.
really lowered.
It's like chopped and screwed.
Yeah.
Chopped and screwed tambourine. Yeah,
I mean,
interesting.
that sounds exactly what they did to this.
Yeah.
They damn near lowered and chopped everything on this.
Oh, they just said Juggalo on that too.
Yeah.
Everywhere I go,
And
there's
he's
a
my hero. Yeah. So Juggalo was definitely in effect.
Yes.
By the time Terror Wheel came out, for sure.
And what year was this? 1995, probably.
94.
Was it
says.
94? Okay.
Yeah, it says on 94.
But yeah, this so at the very end of the album, they give you like all these little rhymes, and it gives you the phone number. Like he doesn't explicitly tell you the numbers, but you figure it out
You
by
can
the
guess it,
rhyme.
yeah.
Very easy. But this got trickier. Like at the end song on Tunnel of Love, I think is a little more.
Yeah, it's like math problems.
Yeah, I remember it being weird. I
Yeah,
can't
he's
remember
like,
off the top of my
if
head.
you got 4 rednecks in the back of a truck. yeah.
Yeah, or if you got 13 Fagos.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
one of them's Arctic Sun, so you threw it in the trash because it tastes like shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that one was crazy good, man.
Yeah, but yeah, I used to love when they did that shit.
But,
Like,
but this one's like a dark, like an eerie kind of like grimy one. It's really
Yeah,
cool, man.
it is cool.
I like it.
yeah, that's super cool. So they don't do that shit anymore, unfortunately. But
They kind of did with Fearless Fred with the whole. It's 8 times it's mentioned what the next card's going to be.
I guess that's a good point.
and then
I hope they. I mean, it would be cool if they keep dropping hints like
Yeah.
that. That would be neat.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I loved that they did shit like that, even if we weren't around for that. But you
they
know,
can still do it with technology these days. You
Yeah.
know, make like a number you text or put it with something online.
Yeah.
or-
they did do something cool, like in this vein when Fearless Fred, like literally maybe a couple weeks before Fearless Fred came out. They posted on their Instagram and Facebook, like, stay tuned to our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and Snapchat. We're going to post some info for you to call this secret phone number. And, like,
Oh yeah, see they
yeah,
okay.
but they did it like they had like a guy from their warehouse, like who's on their Juggalo Show podcast.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, guys, so this one was what I don't know what number year the 2016 gathering was or something like, or what year this gathering is going to be, and it's the 20th, so you know it had a 20 in it. But yeah, they did that on like their Instagram, then they did another one on their Facebook, then a different one on. So you literally had to go to all of them to get the whole number. But I actually got it and like called it. I called the wrong number first. It was just like a voicemail I didn't recognize. But then they're like, "Oh, congratulations, bitch," or something like that. And like, it was like, go to this address, and it gives you a website to go to, and it was just like the back of Fearless Fred, so you can see the track listing.
Huh.
Until that moment, they hadn't revealed the track listing, so that was pretty cool. I liked that. It was a light version of this, you know, but just an example of them still doing, neat little bullshit like that.
Yeah, they were definitely the kings of that.
Any final thoughts on this album or anything, man? Like, any fun facts or anything? You like it more than anything else?
I don't think they meant from the reading the book. I don't remember him Jay mentioning too much of the Terror Wheel. They just said, "Hey, yeah, man, we just during the remaster era, we were doing this, and we shit out a EP real quick. To them, it's just basically that's all it is. It's like they're shitting something out real quick, waiting on the next vision for the next card.
I think this album is a great bridge between Ringmaster and Riddlebox. I mean, you can really get a great
like you can hear the sound changing.
Yeah, you can see it goes before your eyes. Like between Ringmaster, Terror Wheel, and Riddlebox, you can see the progression like actually happening. And by progression, I mean, you know, their writing and rapping abilities, Mikey Clark's ability to produce, their ideas, you know, expanding, like everything is just, you know, you can see the ball rolling and it's getting bigger.
Especially
right now.
From like Terror Wheel to this. Huge difference.
You mean Carnival to this?
Sorry, not Terror Wheel. Beverly Kills.
Oh yeah,
like
absolutely.
Beverly Kills to this. Like if you're just going sideshows,
Absolutely.
and then from this to Tunnel of Love is a huge difference too. Man, it's crazy.
That is a great point. But yeah, all of them great albums in their own regard, and you know, I don't necessarily think that's to all what we just both said. I don't think Terror Wheel is necessarily better than Beverly Kills. I don't know that one. Honestly, I think I would put them pretty similar.
I'd probably hold them up to. I might even like Beverly Kills slightly better.
Really?
I don't know, but Terror Wheel is great, man. Nostalgic, fucking great. I mean, some great songs on here. Out.
I think I like Beverly Kills more. No, I take that back.
I think I'm gonna say stick with Beverly Kills.
So, but to our point, you could see the progression in their skill level.
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that they didn't have it.
Yeah.
You know, 3 years prior.
I think there was just a little bit more energy and like hunger on Beverly Kills.
Yeah.
This one was like they were just fucking around and like they were pretty good at what they were doing at that point. And they were just kind of fucking around.
These are probably just the songs that weren't good enough for Ringmaster, but weren't ready for Riddlebox. You know?
I mean, definitely Dead Body Man, and you know, you can tell the energy in that, and like that's where they're headed, and but obviously Stucker with My Wang and Me, come on, that's just it's fucking around. I mean, it's a great song, but like it's definitely not like Hunger. It's not them being hungry.
Oh yeah, that was just like that's a throwaway song for sure. You know, Mikey Clark gave him that tight beat and they wrote that shit to it. You know, but yeah, man, that's all I really got to say. I mean, everybody loves Terror Wheel. I don't know a juggalo who doesn't like Terror Wheel. Yeah, I've never heard anybody say that shit sucks or anything. Yeah. You know, it's good. It gets the job done, and it sets us up for Riddlebox pretty good, especially with Dead Body Man. I mean, like I said, coming out the gate with Dead Body Man, that sets the
Besides
tone.
Dead Body Man, what do you think is the other? For me, I think there's another good concert song on this album.
Concert song?
Yeah.
Schizophrenic would probably be my second choice for
exactly
a concert
what
song.
I was going to say. Schizophrenic is, besides Dead Body Man, is probably the best concert song on here.
Have they played Schizophrenic?
I think I've heard them do it live before.
Okay. That seems like one that they would definitely like forget the lyrics to.
Yeah, I think I've heard it. I may be wrong, but I don't know. I'm hearing it. I'm feeling that I've seen it live before.
Well, let us know, Juggalos. All right. Let's wrap this bitch up,
Yes,
man.
sir, man.
Well, that was fun. Well, be on the lookout. Next time, we're going to be discussing Riddlebox. That's next, right?
Yes.
Fuck yeah. Riddlebox. That's going to be a good one. So
fucking
make sure you
Riddlebox,
stay tuned.
man.
Tell
we
your
might
friends.
have a guest. I don't know for sure.
Okay.
In fact, I shouldn't even said it, but
we'll see.
We want guests for
Yeah.
some of these, so we're gonna try. If not, you got to deal with us.
Yeah, just us. Well, we'll see,
But
man.
yeah, man,
That'd be cool.
I'm gonna slide this one back into the deck.
Yep. Shuffle on up out of here, bro.
Fuck yeah.
Catch you later. Peace.
Peace.